We have one senior who couldn't make it this morning. Corby couldn't make it, and we're just sad that he had to miss out. But we'll keep him in our prayers, and we will celebrate him too, because graduating is a great accomplishment. You guys have gone through a lot of years of school, and every year I have to prepare a speech. And as I was going over it last night, I was kind of reading. I was like, it kind of sounds like a letter. So I think that's how I'm going to read it to you guys. Like it sounds like a letter to the seniors, and it starts off like this. It says, "Dear seniors, here we are again, another senior Sunday, and I seem to start off by saying the same thing every year. I find myself always saying that this one is a little bit more difficult than the year before. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, and Senior Sunday is a time of excitement and joy, but it's also a little sad because I'm going to miss you guys when you move off and get jobs and have families and have babies. And I still be a part of your life, and just kind of not in the same way that I have been over the years. So every Senior Sunday has been tough, but this one is different due to the fact that I've known you guys longer than I've known some of the past graduates. Charlie, I've known you since you were an itty-bitty second grader. It seems like just yesterday that you were in the classroom next to mine in Mrs. Frank's second grade class. And here you are today, a young man ready to graduate, move away from the nest, and begin your training for a great career in welding. Jasmine and Chloe, we've been through a lot together. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I call you guys the Sour Patch Twins for a reason. There have been times when you have made what I do exciting and fun, and there have been other times that you have made my job a living nightmare. I wanted to write something else, but Jessica warned me not to do that. But no matter what situation we have ever found ourselves in, whether it was smooth sailing or we were fighting to the death, we have always known that we could trust and depend on each other like family. Corby and Zoe, I've seen the two of you grow from being children to teens to grown adults faster than I would have liked to see. I know I can't stop you guys from getting older and moving on to the next chapter in your lives, but I always wish that I could have more time with all of you. I have this wish for all who have gone on and graduated. It's never easy to move on, and today that's not what's happening. We are not moving on. Like I said, I will always be there for you to be a part of your lives. I will always be praying for you. I will always be available for anything that you need. But as for having the opportunity to talk to you again like this, I'm not sure when that will happen again. So today, like we do every Senior Sunday, the church is going to present you with a gift, and I would like to leave you with one final word of encouragement before sending you off to begin your life as adults that the Lord is going to do great things with and through. So Jessica is going to give you the gifts. And when you get your gift, I'm just going to tell you what the gift is. The gift is a new Bible. When you get your Bible, if you can do me a favor and open it up to the front, inside the front cover, there's two things in there that I need you to. Huh? Well, they can stay there. You can bring them out. We'll bring them up on stage in just a minute. So open it up, the front cover. There's two things in there that I want you guys to get. You have to pull it out of the box. Inside of these Bibles, there's two things. One thing is a bookmark, and the other thing is a picture of a pair of Jordans. You guys know what Jordans are. They are shoes that the youngsters wear. So you guys got the pictures out? All right, so we didn't put those in there because we're going to surprise you with a pair of Jordans after the service. But we put them in there because there is a great lesson that we can learn from this pair of shoes. You may be thinking, what lesson can I learn from shoes? Well, if you had these particular shoes in your possession and you were able to carefully examine them, you might be able to figure out that one of them is a knockoff. You guys know what knockoffs are? They're replicas of the real thing. They look like the real thing, but they're not the real thing. So a knockoff is a replica of the real thing. It promises to be just as good, but at a cheaper price. It sounds good, right? Look at those shoes. Can any one of you guys tell me which one is the real one, which one is the fake one? Which one is the real one, Charlie? I don't know. I don't even know which one because I covered up the answer. But if you look at them, they pretty much look identical. So why not get something that promises to be just as good as the real thing, but at half the price? And the reason why is because knockoffs use cheaper materials, and when those cheaper materials are put to the test, they fail every time. 1 minute. Who wants to be the basketball player? We'll put Charlie. Charlie, 1 minute you might be playing basketball with your friends, and everyone is checking out your new shoes. And the next minute, your toes are popping out because the knockoffs cannot handle the constant stop and go running it takes to play some serious b-ball. The same is true for all knockoffs. They might look like the real thing and make promises to be just as good as the real deal. But what sets them apart is that the real thing is made from quality material that is built to last. The knockoff's cheap build quality is built to deceive, to give the buyer the illusion that they are getting something just as good for half the price. But in the end, the knockoffs crumble and fall apart, leaving the buyer feeling horrible for not investing in the real thing. So I say all that to say this: beware of knockoffs. I'm not giving you guys shopping tips, but I'm not just saying beware of knockoffs when it comes to Jordans or anything else, but beware of anything that's pretending to be authentic. Anything promising to give you everything the real deal has to offer, but failing when put to the test. Beware of knockoff friends, those who say they care about you, but are only around when things are good. But when things get tough for you, in the moments when you really could use a friend, these friends are nowhere to be found. Friends that say they have your best interests in mind, but are constantly leading you into temptation. Invest in real friendships, friendships that offer godly advice, friendships that help you through the tough times, and friendships that lead you away from temptation. Beware of knockoff gods. These are easy to identify. Any god that starts with a little g is a knockoff. These gods claim to provide you with all the things God can provide, but without the sacrifice. These little gods claim that your life belongs to you, so do anything and everything that makes you happy, but they fail to tell you the possible side effects that doing these things can bring. Invest in a relationship with the one true God. This investment will take time, it will take sacrifice, it will take work. But a relationship with God is rewarded with pure joy, pure peace, and pure security. All things that the little gods claim to bring, but always fail in ways that lead to guilt, shame, and sorrow. And finally, beware of knockoff faith. Beware of a faith that's not built on a solid foundation. In Matthew 7, Jesus talks about two guys who are building a house, and one builds it on a solid foundation, one builds it on a shaky foundation. And when the storms come, the one that's built on a solid foundation stays upright. The one that's on the shaky foundation falls and crumbles to the ground. So beware of a faith that is evident when things are good, but completely falls apart when put to the test. In the book of Luke, Peter, one of Jesus' closest followers, his faith was put to the test when he denied Jesus in the courtyard after Jesus was arrested, and the rest of the disciples ran away. Peter had no problem expressing his faith in Jesus when he did not feel like his life was being threatened, when he did not feel alone and afraid. But the moment things got real bad and Peter found himself alone with none of his friends there to back him up, Peter flat out denied ever knowing Jesus. When things got tough, Peter's faith fell apart. He had a knockoff faith. What he thought was the real deal turned out to be a weak faith that could not hold up when put to the test. Invest in a real faith, a faith that even when put to the test, that even when things get tough, your faith stays intact. Because in these difficult times, a genuine faith is the only thing that can get you through. Later on in the book of Luke, Peter trades in his knockoff faith for the real deal. He knew that to move on from knockoff faith to a genuine faith, it's going to take him making an investment, and not just a one-time investment, but a lifetime of investments. The investments he made would continue to strengthen his faith. And just like Peter, if we want a faith that can stand up to the storms of this life, then we too must make sure we are making constant investments that help to strengthen our faith. These investments include staying in God's word, surrounding yourself with God's people, and staying in constant communication with God through prayer. So in closing, I want all of you to know that my prayer for each of you is that no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, that you always know that God is with you and that God is for you. That you also know that I'm always going to be a part of your life. I'm always going to be praying for you. I am for you. If you need me for anything, and this goes for Jessica, and I'm pretty sure it goes for a lot of people here in this church, we're here for you, always cheering for you and praying that God uses you guys in great and mighty ways. So now we're going to bring up the individual graduates. Jessica's going to announce them by name, and she's also going to give a brief detail on what their next plan is going to be.
Graduating from Corsicana High School, we have Zoe Batchelor. Come on up. Her plans after graduation is to go to school at UNT and major in physical therapy. She is also auditioning for their dance team for the school on June the 14th, so keep her in your prayers. Next is graduating from Alba High School, Charlie Porter. He is attending Pulaski Tech in Little Rock, Arkansas. Chloe and Jasmine Andriozzi, both graduating from Mineola High School. They plan to attend college in the fall. They are undecided on their degree area at the moment. So just pray for them that they can find some clarity on what the Lord's leading them to do. Last but not least, Corby, we miss you. He is going to take a gap year and saving up for college to get a degree in audio engineering, and he is a graduate of Canton High School. Following the service, we do have some cookies and some little snacks back there, so please feel free to come by and wish these graduates well. Thank y'all.
And thank you guys for your support and prayers. This is the beginning of a big week for you guys. And I know that, like I said, I see God doing great things with each and every one of you, and we're here to support you in any way that you need. So, no, I'm not crying.